Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the Vault. Trust Christian own nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the Vault, episode 700, and we are at what, 734, 735 now. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. This is the Vault. Episode Trust Protector for your will estate. Then we put will estate and will business. Put will estate and trust. A little excited obviously with this particular episode. And so this is one of those interesting ones that is actually coded. This is a coded episode. So when you look at the title, you start seeing the way it's spelled out. You start seeing how can you have a trust protector for a will in or estate? Is it an oxymoron? So, we're gonna go through some axioms today. We're gonna go through having a quick conversation because we actually just got off the line with a consultation, and so it's easy obviously for us to just come on here, debrief, spit it out, and let y'all know how it looks on the public side, and we're just gonna go ahead and let you know. So we're talking to a particular client. They're letting us know, well, there's a family member that passed away, and someone that's not the husband or wife is the executor of the will. So some of y'all got wills. Some people in the family got wills. And y'all about to find out how ugly it can get. So this individual is telling us the story. Their family member passed away over a year ago, and now the will still hasn't been administered. Now, we're pretty sure most of y'all can relate to this, but if you can't relate to it, you can't. But if you can, please put in a reaction into the chat. Please put a reaction into the chat for sure. Just put a reaction in. We gonna go back. We listen to we go back and look at the comments at times. So definitely type into the chat. Have you dealt with a situation where your family member is dragging their feet, or someone you know is dragging their feet on administering a will? And so that's how it looks, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like somebody is dragging their feet for an estate, and some people say, well, how? Now, just to give y'all an idea, we understand what that state looks like. It actually has 5 heirs named, okay, which is in the will. And so, okay, by that being the case, how come it hasn't been administered yet? This isn't rocket science. We know why it hasn't been administered yet. Because the executor doesn't know what they're doing, or they're actually stealing. And that's a hard reality. So this is why you get a trust protector in place. This is why you get an estate protector put in place. Because when you pass away, if you pass away in this capacity, such as a will or a trust, what do you think is going to happen? You want to have someone that's a secret party that the heirs can go to and actually say, we need you to get this executor or this trustee to do their job, or find out we need you to audit the estate. As an heir, you can audit the estate, but most of y'all, if y'all listen to trustee training, you're not going to be the heir, so that's not the case. But if you were to name your children or other people as heirs, once again, we don't traditionally do that, but if you were, because sometimes the wills do, because people aren't all in trust, they in the will. So we giving a heads up for the will, because y'all know family members, they got a will and they still don't have a trust protector in place. Oh, I got a will, I ain't got a trust yet though. Yeah, X, Y, and Z, I ain't got a trust yet, but I don't know about that, but I got a will. Yeah, they got a will, but what's gonna happen when the executor doesn't do their job? Now, y'all want to go there? Let's go there. What happens when the executor don't do their job? The ones that of us that are sophisticated, when y'all talk about estate planning at a high level, at a sophisticated level, now we're talking about what? We're talking about you having a trust protector in place, having some type of protector in place to help the estate not get ran into the ground, to not have the estate to get ramshacked and benny goat and ripped apart. That's what. So, how about this? You can find out if they stealing. You can find out what you was supposed to get and say, look, I'm supposed to get it, so I need you to smack, smack, get the moving with your feet. Y'all don't want to know. We know executors, even in this particular case, they might not have been given a salary to execute to administer the estate. That's true. Doesn't mean they're not living off the estate though. Indirectly. So they're living off of the heir's estate. And how would you know that as the heir? How would you know that in general if you was named in the estate? You get the trust protector to actually go and find out if they're doing their job. To find out what's the contract look like. Are they doing it? The trust protector sometimes can bring the heir what's going on. Sometimes they just have the obligation to go find out and enforce what they supposed to, what the person's not doing. Think about it, it's been a year later. Why has it been a year later? What does it matter? Well, it matters because if it's a year later and they're not administering the estate, what do you think is going on with the state? The estate. So once again, are you gonna? This is easy, like quick conversations. Some people say, "Oh man, it took me a long episode to talk about." I need to know the importance of the trust protector. First of all, if you dealing in estate planning, you're supposed to have a dictionary for the actual financing and legal definitions that you're reading. It's a legal dictionary. Gotta have a legal dictionary if you're going through this stuff. Bottom line. So you got to get a legal dictionary. Okay, now you're involved with a legal dictionary. Now you're aware of, okay, I need to get me a trust protector in place because that is the case. Do you have a trust protector in place? If you don't have a trust protector in place, how are the heirs going to properly be given their just due? The executor, say you name someone in, oh, I got a will, or you know someone that named someone in the will. Oh yeah, I named my children in the will. Okay, even if you didn't have a lawyer there and the person died with the will, they still have an executor of the estate. It could be the lawyer. So how are you gonna now, or the heirs go now to the actual person that's supposed to be administering the probate? How are they gonna go to them? Are they an heir? Are they? How are they gonna do that? And traditionally, you do that through a protector. And sometimes it sounds like it's a trust protector, but they may have a will protector or a protector in the will. Sometimes you can be named that or people can be named that. That's why we did this episode. We just had a conversation about it. They don't even understand. You don't understand how bad that sounds. How you have heirs to an estate and they don't even know what's in the estate. They don't know what's in the estate because they haven't been given an audited record yet. Think about it. It's been a year later. You should easily do an audit. Oh man, I don't know how to do that. How could we do that? How do you do an audit? How do we do an audit? Trust, Christian. There's an audit, man. I can audit the trust that I'm supposed to get stuff from. Yes, you can audit it, especially if you're an heir. How are you not gonna be able to audit it? Oh man, trust Christian, man. You know why I don't want to stop, and y'all don't want to know. The reality is, these particular individuals want to come across as not being greedy for their family members' estate, but at the end of the day, you're not being greedy for what's yours. You're just getting what's yours, so somebody else don't steal it. They got property sitting around. Y'all want to talk about it? See, a lot of people reach out, trustees and otherwise. They got property, and then next thing you know, their family's just sitting on it. And their family could be benefiting not even just from oh, we gonna sell it. Y'all could have somebody utilizing it and making money off of it. That's the difference between a business mentality and the employee mentality. But it's also the difference in being being comfortable knowing that you're worthy, and yes, you have an estate for you. It is what it is, whether you wanted it or not. Y'all think wealthy people are all wealthy kids are born into wealth and want it? No, they don't. Sometimes they be like, oh man, I want to do something on my own, or I want to make my name for myself, or I don't want to be known for my family's money. I don't want to be known for my dad. I don't want to be known for my mom. That's how people are sometimes. So for people to think that, oh yeah, you inherited some money, you're supposed to just go ahead and get that, like, well yeah, it sounds good until you're in that position. When you're in that position, your family member go, you're not thinking about possibly the estate. And then when you hear about the estate, you might be grieving. You don't know that. So how do you get around that? You find that out by just knowing your role, knowing your capacity. If you're the heir, then hey, I may not want anything, but I'm gonna go to the trust protector 6 months after the person passed and say, hey, what's going on with the estate as far as my portion? And I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Why? Because you're entitled to know what's going on in your estate. You're the heir to the estate. That person is actually supposed to be there for your benefit. Nothing else to talk about. It's not a, oh man, just Christian, I don't want to seem like I'm greedy. Nah, you're seeming real ignorant. Oh yeah, I don't want to hear that. Let's talk. Cause that's what it is. The word ignorant means to act like you don't know something. So let's talk about it. Because when you don't know something, how you gonna do something about it? Y'all don't even know. What if these individuals five individuals are sitting on a sizable amount of cash, and they might be saying, "Oh man, I'm gonna go through my hard life or go through some tough times because I don't want to seem like I'm greedy." You're not being greedy. You're entitled to something. That's it. It's not about you being greedy or not. It's about you being entitled to something. It's actually a gift. You don't even what you're not thinking about it. What you rejecting your blessings now? So if you're not rejecting your blessings, then you understand it's a blessing, and you gotta accept it. And the acceptance is finding out what's the status of it, finding out, and not only that, you say, "Oh man, is it just uh, the lawyer? Is it just the lawyer? It's not just the lawyer. There's the executor. So you might have to go through more than one person to find out who we talking to. You might have to go to more than one person to get something done. Think about it. What if you go to those two people, the executor and the lawyer, and neither one of them want to give you any details about the estate? You think that's okay? You think you can't do nothing? You think that the heirs are defenseless? They're not. They actually can take the court. They can take the estate to the court at that point and say, "Hey, we need to make a challenge against this." Sure, there can be mediations before that, but there still are options to not being stolen from or having your estate stolen from you, or depleted before you get your hands on it. Think about this, and we talked about this to the particular individual. Say you supposed to inherit something. Y'all don't know about inheritance taxes. Y'all don't know about estate taxes. Y'all think just because somebody sells something or gives something out of the estate, it's just gonna go tax free. Everything's not cash. Uh, everything's not insurance. They got real property involved. Real property deals with transference, title taxes. Y'all want to go there? Let's go there. Because that's the case, ladies and gentlemen. What are the taxes associated with the estate for yourself? What if they sell it and they don't report it, but next thing you know, there's a liability on you because you're supposed to receive the proceeds. Whoever the beneficiary is, they the ones that's liable. The beneficiaries are liable for the property right now. But when you got an executor or a lawyer playing around with it, which we've had people reach out for years that got these issues. Oh yeah, the judge and the lawyer, and they don't want to help us and get us, and they don't, yeah, okay, well, do you know how to go into the court and challenge the court? Yeah, I don't even want to hear. We've dealt with trustees in the middle of the backwoods of like the middle of nowhere America, and by that being the case, they're like, oh yeah, it's less than like 10,000 people in our city or town, and so and the judge and the lawyer, they're the same people. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. Oh man, that doesn't happen in America, Judge Christian. That's 2026. So that's the case. It's like, oh, okay. So, we definitely want to do an episode here today. We'll definitely make it a point to reconnect with you, and we'll definitely make it a point to reconnect with you all and let you all know how that story progresses. Uh, but as it stands right now, we're really excited to work with that particular family, help them get their stuff squared away, and go forward from there. So we look forward to hearing from y'all. We look forward to hearing from a lot of people, and them even talking to the people that y'all need to talk to about what y'all need to talk to them about. Peace.